could be a fun one to get back up. That's not too bad, I don't think. Ooh. Oh, nothing like getting straight into the water. Woo! Wow, that was deep. It was a deep spot. Hey there. Today is the start of day 19 of the May Fishing Challenge. It's almost the end of the last full week, basically. And today I'm fishing a spot that Joe from Random Fishing told me about yesterday. After we were wrapping up, he said, hey, there's one more spot you may like. He was actually nice enough even to send me GPS coordinates for where to park, because it's a little off the beaten path. Maybe some trout, maybe some smallmouth. And so basically I brought 2 rods with me today, and we will, I'm going to fish for trout first, and then I'll switch over to smallies. So wish me luck. We've got the Panther Martin again, because it is becoming my most predictable trout catching lure. Ooh. Just about cast that right on. Ooh. Well, there's the first fish. Now, hey, look at the little smallie. Little smallmouth. I expected to find you guys yesterday. There. No skunk today, right off the, cast 3 or something. So it's after sunrise, but before the sun comes up over the hills. So I was hoping to, in case there are trout, sort of get them early. There we go, another little smallie. Come here, buddy. I really didn't want to have to net you, but you were almost making me. There you go. Another little smallie. Okay, go ahead. Oh, he liked me so much he came back, said hi to my feet again. Oh, I think we just had something. Felt like a trout, maybe. Oh, there's another smallie. Ooh. Okay, I definitely just saw a big trout. Golden rainbow. I don't know how deep that water is. I might need to fish this a little bit differently. But honestly, that looked like potentially a giant golden rainbow. Fish it back down. Maybe I'll tie on a swim bait. I have the little bee vibe that has enticed a few trout. Oh, another little smallie. I had a nice follow from a golden rainbow. I'm sure that showed up. I think it was the same fish. Swim bait is definitely getting a little bit of interest. A little excited there for a second. It's right about the spot that a fish would have potentially jumped on it, just because it was getting close to the shallows. Another little smallie. Any more if there's smallies around, there's potentially smallies around. You start with the Nico Helgramite. I tell you what, that golden rainbow A, it looks like a pretty good sized fish, but B, he's got to be hungry because he just followed my Hellgrammite. Actually, the Hellgrammite wasn't getting anything. We're going to switch to Z-Man TRD Craw. I swear that golden rainbow. Took a look at that too. Oh. Well, I was just thinking that pretty much every bite had come on a moving bait until just now. Well, that's interesting. It's starting to rain. I didn't think it was supposed to rain until later today, like late today, so I think this will pass quickly. There we go. There we go. Daggone, it's about time. I'll tell you what, and he didn't hit it very hard either. That's a good fighting fish. There we go. That's a pretty good fish. Pretty good fish. Oh. Honestly, after the first couple hits I had, I wouldn't have thought that it was that big of a fish. Got a little sore on his side there. Nice thick fish. Good fighter. Thank you, buddy. It's heading right back over there. So yesterday, the smallies that I caught and the bites that I had were primarily either on the Magma, which is sort of a craw colored Hellgrammite, or this little TRD Craw. So these fish right now are really keyed into crayfish, crawdads, I think. Oh, there's a little guy. Oh, he was so it's funny, he wasn't much bigger than the bait. That was funny. This is the Ryuki Spearhead. I think it's the 35S. I think you always tie on a bait expecting to catch fish, right? Otherwise, why would you tie it on? But I guess I was sort of like kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I'll pick up a couple real quick with this. Felt like the right thing. Once again, I thought maybe I'd hooked up to that golden rainbow. It was right about the right spot. I think I'll be able to see him though if I get him to bite. It looked like he charged out way out to take a look at that. I wonder if I just give it a reel instead of a twitch. I feel like I'm close because he's taken probably 4 looks at this thing. Oh, I thought I had him. I just had bottom instead. Wow, I'm really surprised there wasn't something right there. Oh, maybe there was. So far it's a lot like yesterday, and that fishing has been tough. And after back-to-back really long days of fishing, not that I'm complaining. I'm not spending all day. Tell you what, this slower water really hasn't held, or at least there's nothing interested in feeding right now. It's hit a couple spots where I had a little bit of activity. It's amazing all the debris that gets washed into these rural creeks. I mean, creeks in general, right? Urban creeks, same thing. No, he's not as big as I was hoping for, but it's another smallie. I think this was, I don't know if it's the one, but it's the same spot where I had a couple taps before. So I wanted to try to give it another go. Oh. There we go, smallie number 2. Well, decent smallie number 2. I don't want to discount the other couple little ones. Fat little guy. Like I said, I don't know if it's the same one or not. That just seems like a great spot that should hold a few fish. Maybe since we got one, maybe we got the other ones on alert. Maybe we'll get lucky and find a second one in there with them. Maybe that was a little male. Maybe there's a big female in there. Wouldn't that be awesome? Well, I wouldn't exactly say the fishing has been slow today, but the bites have been real tentative. A couple of those little ones hit it pretty good, so you know they've made it sort of fun. I got one decent smallie, one okay smallie. So right now I'm trying to find my other rod because I left it on the stream. I'm going to tie on a larger Panther Martin, very similar to the one that I caught a large rainbow on in this water system yesterday, and we're going to fairly quickly fish this lower run that I was in, and then go back up to the pool where I know there's a few sizable trout, and just give them one more shot before I call it a day. I think it's another little smallie. That's okay, it's another fish. And he's a pretty good fighter. Come here, buddy. Oh, he's a fat little guy. Well, I was hoping to upsize by going to a little bit bigger Panther Martin, but ideally more of an upsize than that. Okay, I'm starting to hear maybe some rumbles of thunder out in the distance. So I'll fish that upper pool and that'll be it. Another little guy. Come here, come here, come here. Come on, dude. There we go. Little guy. Yeah, it's always like working that balance between I know there are fish in a pool, but I really haven't been able to get them to do much. I know there's weather coming. So how much do I want to focus on just getting to where I know there are fish that may not be actively feeding versus fishing my way to them and maybe catching some other really nice surprise, you know? I typically opt for fishing almost the entire stretch of water, looking for maybe the extra fish. It was moving along nice, and all of a sudden I felt a little bump, and oh. Come on. Dadgummit. I think that's my last one of these too. Okay, this is the downside of trying to fish the whole way up, is that you might lose the last of the lure that you have that you want to use to try to catch the one fish you're after. Okay, well, no last shot at the trout in that one deep pool. That was it today. What did we catch? I think we caught 5, maybe 6. I don't know. I'll put the total right down here. You know, this is one of the benefits of just making friends and getting to know people, right? I would have never known about this spot. And although the smallmouth bite is tough right now, I can see that this is a really amazing location, and I will be back here at some point. If I hadn't reached out to get to know Joe a little bit, you know, this would have never happened. And I think we're always looking for the easy answer. I see so many people posting in Facebook groups and stuff to say, hey, where'd you catch that? Almost like they really want, almost like Joe gave me, the GPS coordinates, right? Tell me exactly where to fish. You know, build the relationships, get to know people, have some fun. Maybe they'll pay off with a nice little spot that's pretty secluded. You can tell that a few people fish here, but I've barely seen anybody the whole time that I'm here, and it's been nice. I've been able to just leave a rod on the side of the stream. So with that, that wraps up day 19 of the May Fishing Challenge. It's been a heck of a lot of fun. Have a rough idea what I'm doing tomorrow, and I know what I'm doing on the 31st for the last day of it. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Every time I see shale like this, makes me want to just look through a little bit, see if I can find any fossils.